This video is all about communication boards. My name is Jenna, and I'm going to show you how to take a communication board that was created in Canva as a template and use that to create a bilingual communication board. So I first want to give a shout out to Riza, who created these original communication boards. There are lots of different ones, so you can always go to templates and search for communication boards to find that. Now, what I did was I took hers and then I wanted to simplify. I didn't want to print out with too much color, so I took some of the color out, but then I took it so that I could make a template so that we could have English and then another language. So this is English and Spanish. And then I did a second step of downloading it and then running it through Chat GPT to check and make sure that I had the translation correct. So you could see that I tested this out for Spanish. I tested some other languages. Not all of them I have checked through Chat GPT, but I did check the Vietnamese translation with Chat GPT. So let me show you how I did this. And I created a template so you can follow along. I'm going to put the template link in the comments. So make a copy of the template. And then once you're in edit mode, you can follow along with me. So your template is going to look a little bit like this. It's going to look all in English so that Canva's translation can do the best job that it can do. So the first thing that you're going to do on your left-hand side is you're going to look for apps, and you are going to go to the Translate app. Now, I already have mine on the left-hand side. I could click Translate here, but if you don't have this as part of your menu, then click on Apps and then search for Translate. And once you do that, you should see this Translate app. And when I click that, then you can translate to so many different languages. So sorry for the zooming in, that's horrible. Spanish, I'm going to show you how to do it in Spanish, but you have lots of different choices. Now, for some of the languages, you also have a choice, of if you want it in a particular tone. Spanish has that choice, and so I'm going to choose conversational. So that's step one if you see that. Then you don't want to translate the whole page. Translate, I want to select text from this current page, because if I were to translate this whole page, the whole page would end up in Spanish. And I want English and Spanish at the same time so that the teacher and the student can see both of the words, or can know both of the words at the same time. So one option would be to check on this side which boxes you need to select. You can select and unselect. There's probably a better way for me to organize it, but it gets confusing because you're going to see two yeses. The way I want my board to be translated, I want the English on top and then I want the Spanish on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down my shift key and then I'm going to select all of the bottom rows in each box. That way I know that all of these will be selected. A faster way to do this is to also hold down the shift key and draw a box. So if you're somebody who likes to draw a box and select, I did lock the boxes in the back so that though it wouldn't get confusing. So now I have these selected, and I am going to click on Translate down here, and it's just gonna really quickly translate this. So now I have it in English and Spanish. And if you need to do any formatting, this is where I would do some formatting, but it looks like it did a pretty good job, and I'm not going to move anything. Now, if I had a friend who spoke Spanish, I know a limited amount, but not enough to know if all of these are correct, I would give this to that friend and have that person check it for me. If I'm by myself or I don't have access to that, what I will do is download this. I'm going to download this as a PDF. And this current page is page 2, so I will keep that and download it. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this into Chat GPT. Now, I've already put in a prompt. So the prompt says, please check Spanish translation. This is a communication board for preschool students. So now that I have this, I can ask Chat GPT what it thinks, and then we will go and see which words I need to change. Okay. So it'll tell you the things that are correct, and then it'll tell you suggested changes. So to hacer una pausa, which is take a break, it says for preschool, tomar un descanso or descansar. Okay, I'm gonna do this. And then this is where you might want to change some of the formatting so that it fits. So I'm going to just change my line spacing. Like that. Okay. So here is where I would go through and comer algo for eat a snack. And I would make all of the changes that are suggested. Okay. There we go. And once you've made all of those changes, then it's going to get closer to what this board needs it to be. So that is how you can use the template to translate into different languages. And then from here, if I wanted to do it again, I would go back to the English board and I would do that same process over again. And you can choose another language. And as you can see, when I chose Tagalog, there's not an option for what tone you want. So I would just take that, translate it, throw it back into Chat GPT, and see how it turns out. So I hope this is helpful. And there's 4 different communication boards in this template. I'm hoping in the future to add more of them so we can do more communication boards that can be bilingual. Thanks for watching.